His family was murdered by an American soldier. Last March, Syed Jan lost his wife, brother, cousin and niece here in Kandahar province. All killed, along with 12 other Afghans, by US Army Staff Sergeant Robert Bales. Now, Syed wants all US forces out of his country.
They will not give them military bases and we don't want them. They have killed our people. They have destroyed our villages. They came at 3 in the morning to our house and the children were sleeping in the room. My own family.
The majority of American forces are due to leave next year, but first, Washington wants certain conditions met. Under the proposed security agreement, the US government wants its soldiers to remain immune from Afghan law. The US puts its own soldiers on trial in military courts. Here in Kandahar, which has seen some of the worst of the fighting, people say this is unacceptable.
They should be put on trial in Afghanistan because they will be living in Afghanistan. If they commit a crime in Afghanistan, then Afghanistan should try them. No one can see what happens in their courts. There should be open trials in Afghanistan.
It's a point of contention that could cripple Afghanistan financially. That's because, until now, the US government has been paying the salaries of the Afghan security forces. If the agreement isn't signed, that flow of money could stop. It's an annual bill of more than $3.5 billion.
Where do we get that money? The national revenue of Afghanistan, the most hopeful, the most optimistic figures that we have is something around $3 billion in 2015. Now that $3 billion couldn't even take care of our ordinary budget, let alone the development budget and let alone the security budget that we need. So this is not a matter of choice, it's a matter of necessity for Afghanistan.
Afghan President Hamid Karzai has pushed for guarantees the US will assist his country to fight against foreign aggression. Specifically, that's a demand for the US to confront Pakistani support for armed groups operating in Afghanistan.
Afghanistan in the past few decades has been experiencing proxy wars. So we've been talking to the US, hoping to have a kind of definition for foreign aggression, which could include proxy war as well as the traditional aggression that we have seen.
The heated debate over the security agreement shows that it's not simply a matter of a few US military bases. If the Afghan government signs, they want the conditions to be specific. Over a year of negotiations between Washington and Kabul have brought the two sides closer, but there has been no final agreement. Now the Afghan president is turning those issues over to a consultative debate in the capital to see if the country's community leaders can give it their support.